the gambling platforms do give the edge to PACT. And they did win that pistol round. We can see them just sort of mopping up these anti-eco kills towards mid-or. It's about a 60-40 split in favor of the Poles. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. And the map veto for today is Mirage first, which was PACT's pick. And then we go to Fierce's Inferno and Vertigo as the potential decider, which personally I'm hoping doesn't end up there. I'm not sure about you, though.
I mean, Vertigo isn't my personal favorite map, but I mean, it's exciting to see it. You know, it's obviously only recently been, well, relatively recently been added into the competitive pool, so you know, it could be interesting to see how it's being played.
Oh, certainly, yeah. It's just, you know, you've got two memes basically in one there. You've got UKCS and then just Vertigo.
Yeah.
In themselves, so that should be quite interesting. Interesting decision as well from Astro to pick up the AWP in the third round here. Glass Cannon he's gone for, accompanied by 4 M4s, so no AUGs at all for Fierce after the changes.
Little bit of a site take here as the smokes come down, and the first kill is picked up there by Sobel over on PACT. Bomb does go down. 4v5 is the situation right now, although one player from PACT is flanking around this B site as he's just trying to come from behind here, which is going to leave both these teams in a quick 4v4, but he's not wasting too much time, and he will be with them very shortly. Morals moving around the back. Sobel picking up another kill there. Stanley finds Sobel, finally putting an end to his streak. Darku falls down as well, but the flank finally comes through from Morals, sorry. And him and Sydney combined to pick up the last 2 kills of that round there.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate there from Fierce. They, I think they made the right decision leaving it into that 4v5 retake. After that initial utility comes down, it's so much more difficult to fight when those smokes are down on the bomb sites. Just really unfortunate from Astro, really. He went for that glass cannon AWP, and obviously he's going to be looking for, in an ideal situation, 2 or 3 picks early round, right? Because then he's justified the decision. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. PAC just used their utility. They really stoned him out quite effectively over towards that A bomb site, and it's what allowed them to take it so quickly. And then, of course, Sobel, who's still on that Mac 10, by the way, that he bought in the second round, just had that perfect flank and really threw the spanner in the works that allowed them to take that round.
For sure. I mean, you know, as a main AWPer on Mirage myself, especially on the CT side, you know, it can be really important to have that control over mid, or at least the knowledge, you know, of what's going on in that super important area. And as we see now, that lack of control has allowed the T's to move over to this B site now, and it looks like they're in a strong position to take it as Sydney takes down the defending, both of the defending CT players there, forcing the rotation. Although Astro here, he's sitting on top of the box, manages to find one, but Darko comes around from the side, not being spotted out by him. Unfortunately, not going to pay off too much. Last CT now, Stanley, only a CZ and a Dream. He's trying to come through this apartment position, but it's not looking like it's going to work out for him. If I'm Stanley here, I'm thinking just leaving it. Oh, I mean, he finds it.
Yeah, now that he's got the exit, definitely leave, save the head armor. That's the right decision. I think that's just what he's waiting for anyway. Obviously, that Dream situation is just you sit in apartments, they don't check it, and then, wow, you're the hero. You won the Ninja Defuse. But yeah, right decision there. You got that kill with the CZ. Just leave straight away back towards apartments. No need to risk it and force that reinvestment. They're not going to push you too far because it's not really worth it for them either. The economy's still not in the perfect position. They'd still rather keep the AK and head armor going forward. So Stanley and Astro are the only two to get kills there. Astro, again, he was another player just then who was playing the ninja position. He was up on boost, and his ideal situation, right, is just somebody walks in front of him, and then somebody else walks in front of him, but they've got the bomb out and start planting, so he can just get 2 from that position. But he's going to pick up that AWP with body armor this time, and we're going to have to see if he can do anything over towards mid with it.
Well, here's hoping he can. Throws an incendiary there right in the middle of window. Explain that decision to me there, buddy.
Well, yeah, sure. So sometimes on Mirage, especially when you're a highly skilled AWPer, as I'm sure Astro is, he's probably thinking, this is slightly too easy for me here. If I just dry peek this window, I'm at least going to get 3 kills. So my mindset in that position would be to just Molotov the ground in front of me, and then I really have to think on my feet and jump around and use my movement to make sure I don't die, whilst also still getting a kill. So really smart, cerebral play from him. In order to improve his own technical ability on the game. For
sure, it wasn't just like a mistake. He definitely wasn't just trying to Molotov off underpass there.
Aside from the whole scene itself, there are no mistakes in UK esports.
No, of course. Well, we're going to say a lot of damage coming through from both of these teams, mainly towards the CT side as Stanley falls down there to the likes of Morals, but Alex picking up 2 in return, but going to get picked up himself there. A little bit of mispositioning. Bomb gets dropped here towards Truck, and for the first time we see Fierce in with a decent opportunity. Sobel trying to find something through the smoke here, drops down from apartments, but does find the very unappealing bullets of Eccles in his face. Now it's all up to Darko.
It is all up to Darko in this 1 versus 3. You've got to say, you can't expect too much from him in this position. He's only got the 1 bang to actually make a little bit of room for himself. He has only got to isolate the 1v1 on Eccles, though.
Oh.
Astro somehow. Fry does clean that up with a headshot at the end. But yeah, it turns out that what UK esports really needed in that round was the only Swedish player on the roster to get a triple kill and defend that B bomb site.
I know. So I think the real reason Fierce take that round, right, is that Astro made himself think on his feet, right, and made himself use his utility in mid. That's obviously the reason they won.
Oh, exactly. It's an intimidation play more than anything.
Exactly.
You're not going to face an AWPer who's literally on fire, right? So...
Well, so, like, the thing is, right, everyone's scared of hell. Yeah? Everyone is super scared of being in hell. Because you just, you know, you're on fire all the time. So, if you set yourself on fire, it shows that you have no fear. So, Astro clearly has no fear in this situation.
Obviously, and also some people do liken the UKCS scene to hell itself. So, you know, that as well. Astro obviously comfortable with the conditions.
So, obviously, you know, the two of us, as I'm sure most people can tell, we're definitely rooting for PACT, right?
I mean, PACT
just from the voices. Just from the voices, you can tell we're on PACT side.
Oh, for sure.
No, but seriously, you know, as UK residents ourselves, I'm sure, you know, it's not hard for me to say that, you know, I'm secretly rooting for Fierce here. I know that they're a little bit of the underdogs. No one was really expecting them to win here. Realistically.
Well, I think Fierce do have a fighting chance in it. You know, 60-40 again. The advantage just goes slightly the way of the Polish side, but they're certainly not down and out of it. This is also PACT's map pick. To add to that, even though their win rate on it isn't so great, they are sort of showing why they've confidence picked it into this team at this point. This situation in the round, though, this flank's really dangerous from Morales yet. I was going to say maybe there was a chance there for Fierce to actually get back into that round, but with that flank from Morales, there's really nothing you can do. Astro just has to try and stay alive, and unfortunately can't do that. Sydney does take him down in the end, so unfortunately.
Well, you know, we saw Astro showing off a little bit of his AWP skills there. Gets 2 kills. Manages to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But, yeah, as you said, the flank comes through and just kind of neutralizes any sort of hold on that site that Fierce had. Now, obviously, I'm completely with you. I think Fierce, you know, although they're not looking great points-wise, you know, and, you know, some of the rounds have been a little close-outy. I definitely feel like the score isn't quite representative of how well they've been doing so far.
I could agree with that as this attack onto the B-bomb site comes in. I thought maybe, you know, we might have something here because there were 4 players from Fierce actually on this B-bomb site with the upgraded pistols when the attack did start to come in. So I thought maybe this could be something. They've gamble stacked the correct bomb site, but unfortunately, these Polish guys just showing us a masterclass on Mirage at the moment. These site executes, they're really using their utility incredibly well.
For sure.
Really forcing a lot of the Fierce players out of specific angles on these sites. We've seen it on the A site more than any other, I think, in terms of the utility being used effectively. But, you know, PACT certainly know how to play a T side. It'll be up to Fierce to see how many rounds they can put up on the CT now to try and deny it. But when, you know, PACT to get entry frags like that, it's really difficult to do anything about it.
Absolutely, and we're going to see that translate into what looks like it could... Oh, no, or they could just take all of the momentum that they were just looking like they were building up and move to a different site. Never mind. PACT isn't going to try and push onto that A site. Instead, going to take that pick in mid and try and move it over to the B site. Definitely recognizing, you know, without their mid player, a little bit strong, a little bit weaker of a B defense potentially. So it looks like they're going to move their way over in that direction. Now, we're seeing a pretty strong lead from Fierce, from PACT here already. What kind of things are we looking to Fierce to do to try and neutralize that? Try and maybe pull a few points back for themselves. Obviously, you've said, you know, kind of important for them to pull a couple shots here, pull a couple rounds here before the next half, as Alex takes out 2. Actually looking like he might have a decent hold on the site. Picks up another kill there, misses the shot, but Darko is going to get traded out there by Stanley. Finally looking like they have a decent shot here. Frey is going to find Morals in the back line, and now it's a 2v1 as this last T-side player is looking for these last 2 CTs. Looking pretty solid on the site. Bomb is down, so Morals does have to be on the aggressive here. 20 seconds remaining for this player, and he's got 2 to find. Doesn't quite spot Eccles in the corner fast enough, and he's going to put him in the ground. Fierce, 2-6.
Yeah, well, with regards to what you were saying and what Fierce need to do to come back into it, the only 2 rounds Fierce have won so far in this map have derived from Alex opening up with a triple kill at the start of the round for them. So that is something that will certainly need to continue, I think, as a recipe for success for them individually as a team. Fry going down to the MP9 because the economy is still not great for these CTs. They haven't had any momentum really throughout this whole game. PACT have been very much in control of the economy, at least. This is a very important round. If Fierce win this, the money on PACT is really dodgy. Maybe a good buy comes in, but Lunatic with that opening AWP shot does get traded out, though, leaves us in a 4 versus 4. It'll be interesting to see where they take the bomb. They are going to go over and probe this B site again, but Fierce, this time, they've not fallen for any bait. It's a 2-2 setup on each respective bomb site, so this could potentially be another one on the board, but everyone has to step up and hit their shots here.
For sure. I mean, tracking along with Morals here again, who's you know, he's been making some pretty flashy plays, you know, getting these flanks, you know, managing to take out 1, 2, sometimes 3 players during these rounds. And it's just going to be interesting to see what he can do in this situation as he pushes on to the A bomb site. No one challenged him yet, but it looks like he's about to back into Stanley. Manages to get the headshot there. Very important kill, as the rest of his team are taking that as an opportunity coming through underpass. Starting to move on to A. Morals is going to find himself a bullet. Frey's going to take him down.
Okay. Well, that went from what initially to me looked like an incredibly unwinnable position to one that is potentially very winnable now, because I don't know if you noticed it there, but when I think was it Darko who did take out the player on B short, he actually dinked his teammate, putting them both down to half HP. So Fry anchoring A bomb site, but look at Alex's position right now. I think Sobol's aware of it though. Unfortunately for him, he is. That could have been incredibly, you know, really fruitful for them. PACT are just about going to get a player onto this B bomb site in time and get the bomb down. It's going to be on Fry in the 2 versus 1 retake with that AWP. He's got 3 kills already, so it would be the ace for him in order to do it, but I don't know. I don't think so. That's definitely something that PACT have been doing so well in this game so far, is the use of lurk players. This is, you know, that flank from Morales there was, I think, the 3rd really good flank I've seen from a Polish player, just disrupting the UK esports action here. And yeah, it looks like Fry is going to save that AWP into the next one. So it was looking good. It was looking so good momentarily, but then all it took was one small gap in the defense, and that opening kill from Morales.
So I like this play from Frey, you know, not trying to go for that flashy play, just keeping a hold of the AWP. As you were saying, you know, their economy isn't in a great position right now, so just holding on to what he can. But, you know, we saw this this play from Alex earlier. You know, we mentioned he was just sat, you know, behind window. You know, it looked like he could have just sat in that angle and maybe tried to wait out and see if the T's were going to come through this this back half into CT and through Kitchen onto B. What kind of things do you think made him want to instead try and push into Kitchen himself?
I think that he heard the player crossover from the vents angle and assumed that was the second player already running, but this A bomb site execute is actually going to come in quite heavily now. It's going to be one man and an SMG to do it. Stanley unfortunately getting taken out by Sobol straight away, and this is looks like another textbook case now of PACT just using utility, getting another kill. Astro does manage to get the one there, but he's been locked out of the bomb site now, and so have the rest of his team, and this is just another example of PACT's utility just absolutely really doing a good job of securing this A site for them.
For sure. I mean, the CT's just like they had to get. Sorry, they had to push all the way back, and you know, they're not even going to try and get back on site now. Both of them deciding to keep what they've got. One AK and one M4 to their names. A lot of utility on Astro, so maybe next round we can see him, you know, use that Molotov to better use than the last time we've seen him with one of those incendiary grenades.
But yeah, something I definitely want to comment on is, after the round before this was lost, if you'd have asked me what buy that Fierce were going to go with in the next one, I definitely wouldn't have guessed that they would buy 2 AWPs, 2 SMGs, and a rifle. That is certainly something that caught me off guard. It's an interesting sort of force mix, and I think that round there was essentially it was the test case to show you why that maybe isn't such a good idea. It's more worth having everyone on those upgraded rifles and weaponry. But it looks like Fierce, they're actually taking a page out of Happy's book at the moment, and they're just force buying up every round. They got the max loss bonus, so they're just going to keep on spending that money. Stanley, I think, saving for that AWP there. Alex as well does have enough to buy an AWP in the next one, should he choose to do so. But right now, Fierce need to sort something out, because if they keep losing rounds on this T side, this map is going to be lost before the second half.
I mean, absolutely. And we're going to see another push onto A site here as Darko finds Stanley. He does take a dink. He's going to fall down low, but not going to matter too much as the rest of the utility is going to come through. But it looks like PACT might be looking to fire out all that utility and maybe push towards B site. It's like that.
It definitely looks like they're going to probe it first before they make any kind of decision. But the bomb sticking over towards A does suggest that maybe they're going for an A split through mid at the moment.
Potentially, we're going to see Alex here holding this mid position. He's going to try and find them. Morals does fall down, and the second kill goes the way of Alex. That's going to be both players trying to make this flank falling down, but now the rest of the T's are pushing. They found their confidence. Frey's going to pick up one, though. Subble falls down, and now it's up to Lunatic and Stanley. Alex is going to find them. They're going to shoot at his feet, but one falls down. Sydney finds 2, but it's all down to Eccles, and he's going to find it. Round-winning kill goes the way of Fierce, putting number 3 on the board. Only 3 more rounds for them to try and do something. Do you think we might be able to see a 6-8 coming out of this first half?
I'm not going to lie to you. I don't think 6-8 is possible, but it's definitely what they need. I think if they get any less than 5 rounds on this half, they're going to be in serious trouble, because from what I've been seeing in terms of individual aim performances so far, I don't see anyone who, outside of Alex, really, who has that entry fragging potential to allow them to have a dominant T side. Look at this in mid, a huge battle going on at the moment. Unfortunately, that re-op there from Lunatic doing everything to save it for PACT, but Stanley getting that kill under wood leaves it in a 3 versus 3. Bomb's still down over towards passive top mid, still well in control of the T's, but look at the map control.
Look at Sydney right now. He is deep behind enemy lines. He's got CT players either side of him, but both of them are going in completely different directions. Stanley is looking to probe this T spawn, and it looks like Astro's looking towards mid, but two T players sat comfortably on A site right now. Looks like Morals is trying to find something in the back as these 2 T players move on. Oh no.
That is an unfortunate whiff. That is a very unfortunate whiff. Stanley had the potential to be the absolute hero in this round. Delete the bomb carrier, cause PACT's offense to be completely split up and stagnated. Now Astro's probably going to fall to the flank from B. The flashbang doesn't save him, and it's all on Alex now to try and salvage this round, but Morel's is going to eliminate him. That is a very, to quote the mid show in the UK, that's a bad. That's about as obscure as you're going to get on this broadcast. But yeah, PACT just looking dominant at the moment. I think Fierce, they're going to have something incredibly great on the T side to try and impress me going into this one. Hopefully it's them that have caused this tactical timeout to try and have a discussion about things and see what exactly is going wrong. Their money still isn't great. Looks like they might be forced buying back into it again, though. They have got the max loss bonus, but I don't think I've seen them save for any round other than 1 so far in this game. So it's a bit awkward economy management for them, really.
They're not really living up to their name, are they?
No, they're not looking very fierce at the moment. PACT certainly are. Sobor, look at the confidence on it. He's got the Mac 10 out again. They've got a great read on the economy in this game so far. They look like they're in total control at the moment. And really, Alex has been the man stepping up for Fierce. It's only when he gets those opening 2 or 3 kills in the round that they're actually managing to convert anything at the moment. So I need to see someone else from them step up to try and force their way back into this game.
Absolutely. It's just looking a little bit fractured from Fierce. As you said, you know, economy's looking very split. Everything's a bit all over the place at the moment, and Lunatic is going to find Alex, so Fierce's guiding light is off the field. Well, maybe he can do a little bit of leading from the Guardian Angel's perspective. Looking over everyone's shoulders, trying to maybe guide them to a little bit of a victory, but it's looking like definitely a dominant performance here from PACT as they storm into mid, take complete control, and now Sobel looks like he's about to find himself in a 1v1 with Frey, who's literally just separated by a tiny piece of wall. Mac 10 might find him safe, though, as Frey's looking to pick it up. He doesn't even get to fight. Lunatic picks him as soon as he gets around the corner, and Lunatic steals the kill again.
Well, Lunatic, certainly it is against anti-ecos, but does have that triple kill with the AWP. Done a great job of holding the B short position there, actually, or, well, holding over closer towards A even, just to make sure that none of these players can rotate off properly. Just another thing, it sounds like I'm singing PAC's praises a lot at the moment, but map control, you made the excellent point when you were saying they had total control over mid. It's looked like they've had total control over the entire map, virtually the entire time, right? Outside of that Stanley flank that, you know, nearly threw a spanner in the works a couple of rounds ago, they've really had everything under their control. They've always had, you know, some form of lurker, or they've definitely got the information that they need to make a decision on both sides. They've only encountered a CT stack on a bomb site once so far in 14 rounds played, which to me, that just shows really good map control and awareness of what's going on in the game. So they're really showing a tactical depth that Fierce just aren't at this point.
Well, let's see if Fierce can try and regain some of that teeth and fire that they've been showing throughout the rest of this tournament, as Sydney and Lunatic finding kills of their own, putting 2 of their enemies' players in the ground. Not off to a great start is Fierce in this penultimate round of the half.
Yeah, it's the penultimate round of the half as well, and they forced into it, which means they're gonna have to force by the last round of the half as well. Really poor economy management from Fierce, in my opinion, at least. Anyway, there's only 2 players left alive with just rifles now. Alex has got a bit of utility, but he's not the player that's going to be pressed immediately. Eccles, though, steps up big.
Finds 2, but he's going to get put down by Sydney. I mean, it's a little bit, but it might be too little too late. It is, as it is now completely down to Alex. He's going to get flashed. He does find Lunatic, though. Clean headshot takes him down. No AWP available for PACT now. And it's all up to this last CT player. Does find a little bit of damage onto Sobel through the wall, but he knows that he's flanked now. Sydney tries to do something, but Alex turns around, finds him. All down to these 2 players now. Alex finds it, and the bomb is going to fall down. Molotov comes through, trying to get a little bit extra damage onto Sydney. Molotov from both players, but unfortunately it's not going to be enough. The SG is going to find the head of Alex. And, I mean, you said that you wanted at least 5 going into the second half from Fierce. I think they're lucky if they get 4.
Yeah, it's looking definitely more like 3 at this point in time. I was quietly cheering for Alex personally. Then he had such a couple of big brain plays just to shoot into the wall before he secured the second kill. There, he was left in he was in 1v3 originally. Gets the first kill, great job, right? Waits a long time before facing the flashbang as well. Waits a long time before turning around and facing back, which is really cerebral. Then he shoots the wall behind him to bait the other player into shooting, so he confirms that there is someone behind him. Just unfortunately loses that in that 1v1 at the end, and Fry's the first man to fall in this round to the hands of Lunatic, who isn't AWPing, surprisingly, considering it's the last round of the half, but 4 versus 5 situation nonetheless.
Well, let's see if Fierce can take back this one last point, as it looks like the T's are looking to push on. Stanley opening it up with a nice frag there. Looks like the T's actually blind themselves there as they try and push onto site, and that's going to take Sobel down. He does fall, and the last 2 remaining T's sitting at below half health now. This is a really good situation for Fierce. They might find 1 before the end of the half, as Darko, he's going to find 1. Astro falls down to a nice clean headshot, but he's going to get traded out real quick there by Eccles. Now it's all down to Lunatic. He's going to try and find a different angle, but bomb is not available to him. He's going to have to try and fight his way back onto A site. 2v1 right now. Does have the AK, but so do the other 2 CT players. Molotov is available to the T, but can Lunatic channel his inner psycho and try and pick up these last 2 kills.
This is brilliant play from Eccles right now. He's just picked up 2 smokes and dropped them both to stall time and picked up a 3rd one.
Well, let's see if it pays off. As there it is. There's the 3rd smoke. Just keeps that one alive. Lunatic falls down, but is it going to be enough? 4 rounds on the board for Fierce, heading in to the T side.
Well, T pistol round on Mirage. There is one good old faithful strategy that you can call upon in times of need, Robbie. It's called the Rush B strategy.
Rush B, Suka Blitz.
Well, Fierce really need to pick up this pistol round. So, based on the decisions that they've been making so far, I do think they're going to try and hammer one bomb site, use a shock and awe tactic. I don't think they're going to go for a couple of players buying some utility and going for some kind of setup or anything like that. But it's vitally important that Fierce win this round. It really is. They're not going to recover this game. It's that simple. PACT are too good a side. They will lock you down on the CTs at the moment. Mirage is clearly their home territory. They look so comfortable in it. They definitely, they're so comfortable. They're wearing their slippers. They've got the dressing gown on. They're chilling out on a Sunday afternoon at home on this map right now. Fierce need to step up and take this pistol round, but not just the pistol round. They need to get at least, I'd say 3 or 4 off the back of it to really remain competitive in this game. For
sure. I think, PACT is more worried about where the mini marshmallows are to put in their hot chocolate than, how well Fierce can fight themselves back into this game. At this point, I think you're definitely right. They've got the nice tea brewing, fireplace, crackling, nice and warm. I don't know why they need a fireplace in this weather, but it goes well with the analogy.
It's true. It does look like Fierce are going to be stacking over towards that A bomb site. I think we're just waiting on one flashbang only. It's going to be the only utility they're actually going to take into bomb site to be able to crack it. Alex is in a really awkward position as well because he's outflanked by the player from window and short. Might actually get Lunatic off guard here. Yeah, facing the wrong way. So that's a good opener. And the A site attack comes in. Now
it's going to trigger the flashbang from Astru. And now it's anyone's game as the T's flood onto A site. They have control of the site so far. But Bloodbath, 2 kills go either way. And it's now a 2v3 situation thanks to that pickup in mid. Eccles is going to pick up Sobble. And now it's going to be all down to Darko. He can take out these last remaining T players. One falls down there. Frey going to his grave. Bomb is down. No kit available for Darko here, but he does have that smoke if he wants to try and go for that ninja, but 10 seconds is a long time to wait. So let's see what he can do with this. Picks up the defuse kit. That's going to maybe leave a little bit of room for this ninja defuse. Look at the position of the bomb right now. It's going to leave Eccles in a really awkward position to try and stop him from Palace. Not going to matter too much, though, as Eccles just runs him down, shoots exactly where he's going to be.
Yeah, it did look quite comfortable there, actually, for Fierce in that pistol round. We said they needed to win it, and they've done it. They're not out yet. They have won the pistol, and Eccles straight away with the Krieg. It's straight out. He's not taking any chances. No one's trying for a bonus round at this point. Fierce know that every point on the board is going to be vital for them. And PACT, look, it's almost like the complete opposite of what Fierce were doing. Fierce force sport every round, pretty much. PACT have gone for a full eco here. Morel's only on the P250, and that's because he got a couple of kills himself. Or at least one in the last one, so he can afford to invest up into it. But look at this. This is a very cerebral play from the Polish. A 5-man stack on the B bomb site. The bomb isn't here, unfortunately, which I'd love to see how much of a brawl this would have ended up as if Fierce did actually decide to go here. But it doesn't look like the bomb is going to end up edging its way over towards an empty A bomb site. But who knows? Maybe PACT will read this quickly enough and decide that they need to quickly rotate over to A. Doesn't look like that is going to be the case, though. But Fierce Esports and UK Esports as well, looking likely to get their 6th round on the board here.
Potentially, I think it all matters now how quickly they are going to push onto this A bomb site and how much time they're going to spend just trying to feel each other out. PACT not moving at all. They are really, really expecting this B push. But it looks like both teams are just completely paralyzed at the moment.
Yeah, it makes sense for them to expect a B push. You do see it quite often after winning pistol, and then you just go for a quick hit on B, knock them out of the round, nice and early, and build that nice momentum for yourself. That's a strategy a lot of teams tend to use. Fierce have gone for the opposite decision this time. They actually think that starting to use their heads a bit, thinking maybe if we rush into one of these bomb sites and, 3 of us get our heads clicked off even, we still win the round, but we lose these 3 guys and they're the 3 guys with the rifles. We're going to be on the back foot again, economically. We've been on the back foot economically the whole of the last half. So I think it's going to be key for them to try and keep the money advantage as we continue going through this half, as it was so important for PACT in winning all those rounds. And if Astro and Frey can pick up quite a few Mach 10 kills here, then that's exactly what they'll have, an economy advantage.
Riddle me this, Ben. Bomb goes down and none of the CTs move a muscle.
Well, I will rid you that. I'm assuming that they're just looking for lurking players. That's a very good riddle. The fact that they didn't move at all, probably just holding then at that point. They sort of know they're going to be hunted down. I'm assuming, and they're guessing that, well, we're going to be hunted down anyway. We're going to be stronger together than we are on our own. However, that logic didn't manage to get them any kills in that round, but buy has come out, although, again, their economy, look, it is still weak. Only the 1 AUG as a scope, which you'd assume is going to go out mid. But no, they're going to leave mid completely unguarded, actually, and this can be a really dangerous play as a CT side, especially when you've got very little utility to watch some of these angles. Thankfully, they go for that double aggression into the Palace, though, but only trade 1 for 1 as a result.
See, what confuses me about that play is PACT have nothing to lose in that last round. Didn't buy anything, not even a grenade, if I'm not mistaken. But instead of, trying to go for the eco win, just trying to get a kill or two, get a couple of these eco weapons off of Fierce that they know that they have, they just decide to stay on B. Maybe they're going for the group save, but I don't know. In my opinion, that just doesn't quite add up to me.
I'm just assuming that they're thinking 5 players are better than however many else if we decide to move, pushing 1 at a time. Fierce are going to attack the B bomb site this time, though, and it does look like they do have a slight advantage, especially as Stanley eliminates Darko, but Sobel to secure this kill. He does do so. He's got 3 more to find in this site, though.
Well, it looks like it's going to be a bit of a bloodbath. 2 players remaining on each side already. People just falling left and right. Bombers in the middle of apartments. If you look at the map, 2 players on either side about equidistant from this bomb. Looks like the T's are going to want to go for it, but the CTs are just going to hang out at the back of apartments. They know that they've got the bomb there. It's just up to keeping these T's away from it.
Yeah, that flashbang from Echoes was actually the last bit of utility anyone in this round had left. A little bit of a fierce fight there. Pardon my language, no pun intended, but Lunatic actually managing to pick up Echoes just at the end. So you can see what they were trying to go for there. Fierce going for the double peak against PACT. PACT have won this round, and it was a round that they really needed to win as well, in terms of money at least. They won it at great cost, though. 4 players being defeated, so large amounts of economy damage still done. They're not out of the woods just yet. Fierce can still potentially keep the momentum swinging in their favor. They have to win this one, though. Fortunately, in the last one, they kept the Mach 10 over, and the worst possible thing happened. The round depended on 2 mid-range 1v1 duels to go their way, and with a Mach 10 at mid-range against 2 rifles, it's just not going to work out for them, unfortunately. So they are going to have to buy into this one, and they're going to need to win it as well, I'm going to go ahead and say, if they want a chance at winning this game.
Yeah, no, I was about to say, I think if Fierce doesn't win this round, I think PACT takes that momentum and they use it for the rest of the game. So I think it's a very important round to determine what's going to happen for the rest of this game, and we'll definitely have to see how it plays out. We're going to see a little bit of a potential skirmish here in apartments. Looks like no one's going to take Astro's bait, though. It's going to be a little bit of just a quiet little touch and go kind of map until the flashbang comes out on A site, and that's going to trigger the push from all sides. Looks like Sydney's going to try and defend here, but the T's are already pouring onto site. And it looks like the response isn't going too great. Flashes and such are coming out. 1 kill finally goes the way of Eccles. 1 kill on the board there for Fierce Esports. Going to take it down to a 5v4, but 1 more kill traded either way, and it's going to take it down to a 4v3 as the T's finally have control of the site, but not quite taking the time to plant the bomb just yet. Still trying to weed out some of these players hiding in CT that they're aware of. But look at this from behind Morals. No one's going to spot him out. Is he going to go for the knife kill? I want to see it.
Oh, he's got
so smart! Oh my goodness, morals.
Oh, what an excellent play. We talked about PACT having those really superb flanking players be vital for them in the last half on their T side. And this time, Morals is the man to come through and do it now. 3 versus 2 as the push does come in from the CTs. Darko getting that wall bang, but the bomb is down. Astro with it all left to do. 1 versus 3 situation with that AWP is so dangerous. They don't know where he is, but now with the bomb smoked off, things aren't looking great.
Now he's tapped the bomb. Astro's trying to go for it. Any other weapon, and he could have just sprayed him down. No scope comes through, hits Morals in the head, but it's not going to matter. Too little, too late. Sobel's going to finish off the T player. Fierce. They don't secure the round.
Yeah, that's, again, really poor. Fierce, unfortunately. Not in terms of poor as in just badly misplayed, as in it's just unfortunate. You know, they get that double kill. Well, they lose, sorry, to that double kill from Morales. From Palace, which puts them 2 men down, essentially in a position you thought that they would have an advantage in. And that leaves Astro in a 1 versus 3 with an AWP. If he has any other weapon, as you say, planting the bomb and it gets smoked off from that position, it's just virtually unwinnable. He stuck the bomb. PACT played that absolutely perfectly. Now, Fierce are knocked down to CZs and MAC-10s or whatever you have left on the board. I'm going to assume that for the rest of this map, Fierce are just going to force buy and try and get through it with what they can. PACT are just in the driving seat. Mirage looks like it's theirs completely. And if I'm a player on Fierce Esports right now, I'm talking about Inferno and what strategies I'm going to use there, because this one looks all done and dusted from my point of view.
For sure, I completely agree with you. 3 rounds left to win on the side of PACT, and, you know, Fierce, they're not looking so strong. You know, so far, they had a couple good rounds on the T side. They had a couple good defenses thanks to the plays of Alex, who is going to be the first person to fall as they try and push onto this B site here. Sobel and Darko combining to take out 3, 4, and it looks like it's going to be a quick and easy 5 as the bullets come through, and Sobel picks... Oh, no, I called it too soon. I cursed him. Caster's curse is real, ladies and gentlemen. It kills many CS players every single day, and Sydney is going to pick up the kill that his teammate couldn't quite finish up. 2 rounds left to find for PACT, and as you said, I think Fierce is definitely best bet is going to be to start talking about Inferno here.
Here it goes. Another force buy coming in from the side of Fierce Esports. I think somebody might have emailed me a copy of their strat book, Robbie. I'm just looking at here now, and
Go for it.
It's just the words force buy and a bunch of blank pages at the moment. So perhaps their strats on, well, that's the Mirage segment of the strat book at least.
Right.
So I'm hoping they've got more stuff to show us on Inferno. I'd very much like it. I'd like it to be a competitive series. I'd like it to be a competitive series in the, you know, in the mindset that I'd like it to be competitive. Vertigo map 3 though, maybe not that competitive, but who knows? It will be an interesting one to cast either way. But right now, you know, these Polish players, Mirage is clearly just one of their stronger maps, even though they must be comfortable playing on it. But I'm assuming they've played against it recently against a bunch of teams who are also really good on it, because their win rate on HLTV isn't that great. I was a bit surprised when they picked it initially, but when Lunatic's doing things like that with the AWP and Morales is getting all of those valuable flanks in for you, then, I mean, why not have it in your pool?
Absolutely, and if, you know, if PACT plays this way on Inferno, I doubt we'll be seeing any sort of Vertigo plays coming out, you know. It's been an absolute shutout for the most part. You know, Fierce, they've been getting some good rounds, they've been getting some close rounds. I definitely feel like if the score was more representative of the amount of kills and how close the rounds would be, it would definitely be a much closer game. But unfortunately, we don't count close rounds, we count win rounds. And maybe the next game can be a little cleaner than that sentence was.
Well, hopefully, at least. Sobel just eliminating Astro there. Fry for Fierce, he's got 21 HP and a rifle. He's in a good position. He could actually get the diffuser off guard here. Does manage to do so. That's very important. That puts the pressure on PACT now. He's got to land this spray down. Gets the first play and the second as well. Fierce might actually have it. Morales is out of time. Astro, Fry, sorry, by the skin of his teeth with that vodka, manages to save it out of nowhere. Well then, certainly wasn't expecting that. I was expecting us to be 1 round away from Fierce's home territory on Inferno right now, but Fry in that round, just absolutely dragging Fierce Esports through that round, saying, no, we're not down and out of it yet, boys. We've got at least one more on the cards. And look at the buy from PACT now. That one quad kill has destroyed the Polish economy. Not
well,
literally.
no, an entire country is now in economic debt because of that one play from Fierce. And it looks like they're... Well, sorry, it doesn't look like they're going to be able to do too much with that momentum so far, as one player's already fallen, and Alex looking on half HP. He's got this scout. Let's see if he can do anything with it. But it's looking like it's going to be a rough round for both players, both teams, as Eccles. I'm tripping all over my words today. It's way too hot in this country. No wonder Fierce is playing so poorly.
That's true. Maybe they don't have the level of air conditioning that, well, I know I have available. I'm not sure what the temperature's like in your casting area.
It's about 85 degrees right now.
Wow, that's pretty warm.
I know.
That's
although it is partially because I'm here.
Oh, well, of course, yeah. I mean, you know, more people in a room does tend to increase the...
Well, no, I'm actually reducing the heat by about 30 degrees.
Oh, right. Okay, fair enough. Wow, there we go then. Wow. Sydney's just going to left click.
Oh, and that's number 2! Oh my goodness. Sydney's not happy about losing that last round. He's pulled out the headhunter. He's going for a third. Can he find Alex's noggin? Doesn't quite. The sidestep from Alex there takes him down. But
I gotta say, Fierce manages to lose this round. Oh, word, just take us to Inferno. Oh, somehow they have as well. He's been the man for PACT with a triple kill, and he's taken us through it. How? How has this happened, Fierce? It was all looking so good. You had their economy on the ropes. They had one player with a rifle. It was so important. That could have been the comeback moment. The quad kill from Fry in the round prior. What a story to absolutely take them back into this map. But look at everything now. All it takes is 3 good Deagle kills from Sydney, and PACT looking back in control once again.
Well, I mean, as impressive as that last clutch from Frey was, were we really expecting the comeback? Let's be honest, but Stanley starts up this round with a nice kill into Sydney there. Darko and Frey finding kills of their own. Lunatic answering it back now, taking down the entry fragger from Fierce as he falls 3v3 right now, but the bomb is down. Almost acts as another man. You know, if you want to think about it, the bomb kind of acts as that extra man. You know, it's just that extra thing that the enemy team has to think about. And PACT definitely need to start thinking about it as they try and push back onto the site here. But Eccles is going to cut that out right now. Sobel finds one, but Frey is going to take down Lunatic now, leaving it all down to Sobel. Smoke is going to come down. He's going to tap the bomb, but he's looking for frags. One falls down. That's Frey. Taps the bomb again. 10 seconds on the defuse. Goes for it, but it's not going to matter. He's not going to have the time. There's no way this works.
There's
but
no
oh
way
my goodness.
Okay, Fierce, stay in it. I was going to say, that was such an absolute mess of a fight of a coach.
Absolutely.
There's no way that on the 3rd attempt at not just tapping the bomb either, he held it for at least a second both times, right? There's no way I was going to say that somehow that defuse is allowed to come through. Thankfully, the time runs down just low enough. And here's me thinking PACT are going to take us to map 2. And unfortunately, they haven't done so. Fierce by the skin of their teeth have won another one. It's another force buy, and it's a quick B-site hit coming in.
I mean, like, Rush B Suka Bliat has just been added to the strat document. One's going to fall down. Stanley, we're here with the Mac 10. He's going to find a second. 2 kills right away for the T's, and the bomb's going to go down. Looking like they could put another round under their belt here, but Darko is going to find 2 of his own. Frey finding Morels in the back line. He's going to say, no more flanks for you, my friend. But it's going to be down to Sydney and Darko now. Darko already 2 on the board, has this Mac 10. Deagle and a flash available to him as well. It looks like these 2 players are walking, but a little bit too slowly. It looks like they might just be trying to go for these exit frags here. As Darko doesn't quite find his. Eccles takes him down. Sydney doing a little better on his side. So he's going to find one exit of his own. Picks up a AK. That's going to aid him in the next round. PACT, I think, just trying to make sure that the next round's the one that they win.
Yeah, certainly. From my perspective, PACT have been making the correct decisions with their economy. It has been working out for them. Sydney has been getting a lot of deagle kills in a lot of situations. They did get 3 kills in that last one. For an eco, that's still pretty good. So keeping the economy of Fierce in check. And PACT, they're not playing like Fierce. They're playing almost completely different games at the minute, right? Fierce have got the longest possible grind ever. One mistake and they're out of this game, whereas PACT are just saving to give themselves the optimum conditions. They only need 1 round to take us to map 2, so they could eco 2, 3 more times if they wanted to, and make sure they could be guaranteed guns for the rest of the game. And well, if Morel's just hitting deagle shots like that, and Sydney is as well, he's got an AK this round. That's exciting. But if okay, Morel's just get 2 deagle headshots. Don't let me think. Stanley will take out Sydney in the other way, but it's a 4 versus 3 in favor of the Polish.
I mean, it's just been an absolute bloodbath so far this game. 2 players falling on Fierce's side and only 1 over on the CT's end. Now it's about time for the T's to start making a move, and we're going to see Alex falling back here to try and pick up the bomb. A little bit of utility is spared from both sides here. Stanley's looking to try and feel out this A site a little bit. He's going to take a little bit of flack from Lunatic, but nothing's going to hit so far. And we see the last 2 T players moving over towards B here. Eccles in a little bit of a goof off with Sobble, trying to have a look. Just waiting for one of the other to make a mistake or show themselves. But here we go. Molotov is off the mark. They're going to set themselves on fire. It's the old intimidation tactic. They're trying it again, but it's not going to pay off for them. Sobble takes 2, and that's going to be most likely all over for Fierce. Stanley, the only man left, 9 HP on the board. He's gonna... Oh, not quite. He takes down Darko, but peaks a little early there before he's finished reloading, and that is going to be the game for... But finally, it's going to be the game for PACT.